News.com. Coming up in the next 30 minutes. Hundreds take to the streets in the national capital in protest against planned sale of majority stake in SNIT hotels. We have up to the minute on updates on ongoing hands-off our hotels demonstration. Also, fear grips residents of Wa over the killing of 2 night watchmen. We are live in the Upper West Regional Capital for the latest. Also this afternoon, Attorney General expected to cross-examine the third accused and businessman Richard Japa in ongoing ambulance trial. Much later, Ministry of Health appeals to striking laboratory professional workers union to call off their strike over condition of service and return to the negotiation table with Fair Wages and Salaries Commission. Thank you very much for joining us.
Choboy! But let this be a message to government, irrespective of which government will come today or tomorrow, that you can no longer take the people of this country for granted. My brothers and sisters, the hotel we are talking about is a strategic...
The voice of Kwame Agboja governs Minority Chief Whip there as part of the protesters currently participating in the Hands Off Our Hotels demonstration. Now, dubbed Hands Off Our Hotel demonstration, the organizers are demanding that the government immediately halts the planned sale of 60% SNIT stake in Labadi Beach Hotel, La Palm Royal Beach Resort, Rich Royal Hotel and the Trust Lodge Hotel to Rock City Hotels, owned by Minister for Food and Agriculture Brian Champong. They contend that the deal is not in the best interest of Ghanaian workers who own SNIT. The Member of Parliament for North Tongue, Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa, who is leading the protest, is being supported by the Trades Union Congress, the Ghana Federation of Labour, United Dangbe Caucus, Coalition of La Youth Associations, Ghana Action Network and Rise Ghana. Together, they intend to petition the President, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, to stop the sale and any other future plans to offload SNIT shares in the hotels. Now, these are their concerns. They say that this whole process, there is lack of due diligence in the process. SNIT hotels undervalued to make it easy for Rock City hotels to buy. They also talk about abuse of power. They talk about involvement of cabinet ministers, smacks of conflict of interest. Now, some of the facts that are also coming up are that SNIT hotels, especially Labadi Beach Hotel, continues to post profits over the years. Rock City Hotels declared losses to the GRA. Let's cross over to the demonstration ground. We'll be getting Noble Crosby Annan, who is covering the event for us, together with Mawina Egbeta. Let's hear the Member of Parliament for North Tongue, Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa, who is leading this protest.
Today, all those skeptics who were saying that Ghanaians will be quiet, Ghanaians will not turn up, Ghanaians will sit idle and allow their treasured state assets, our prized hotels, to be given away for a song in an unconscionable, obnoxious conflict of interest transaction. They have been put to shame. Look at the numbers today. Look at how many Ghanaians have come out. Since 6 a.m., Ghanaians are on their feet and they are saying enough of the state capture. I want to commend all of you. I want to congratulate all of you. This is just the beginning of the struggle. And you have encouraged all of us in the leadership, the TUC, the Federation of Labour, the Minority Caucus, the Gadangbe Caucus, the Layuf Association, all the political parties who are coming together to organize this non-partisan national protest. You have made all of us proud. The people of Teshi, the people of Krowo, the people of Ashaman.
You heard the North Tongue MP Samuel Okudzeto Blakwa. We'll be hearing more from the protesters. But let's cross over to Crosby Noble Onan, who is with the protesters. Crosby, what can you tell us? What's happening now?
Well, at the moment, Beatrice, we've gone past the Burma Camp Road. So at the moment, we're heading towards the Land Commission stretch. That is where the protest is heading towards, where the protesters will then take a left turn towards the Christ the King Church, where it is expected to terminate. It's been hugely patronized. People from all walks of life have joined the protest, the Hands Off Our Hotels demonstration, which is, I must also tell you that we're not only seeing people who want the sale of the hotels belonging to Smith, to Brian Champong to stop. There are people who have joined the protest and they are complaining about poor living conditions, economic hardships, all of that. All of these people are represented in the protest. The agent is here. The youth are also here. They're telling me that they're joining the protest because of their future. They are trying to protect their future, raising their voices and making them very loud against the happening in the country, particularly the sale of these 4 hotels belonging to the Social Security and National Insurance Trust, to the Food and Agric Minister. So that is exactly what is happening here. The protesters, they're heading towards the 37 road, then they'll take a left towards the Land Commission stretch. Then they'll terminate the protest at the Christ the King Church, where they're expecting that representatives from the presidency will meet them and receive their petition victory.
Thank you very much, Crosby Noble Onan. We'll come back to you for the latest, but let's go to the place where they will end this protest, which is around the Jubilee House, Christ the King Church. We do have on the line with us Emmanuel Samani. He's there. We understand that there are armed police officers ready to receive these protesters. Emmanuel, what can you tell us?
Yes, Beatrice, good afternoon to you and to our listeners. Currently at the Christ the King intersection, where this is the place where the petition would be submitted by the lead convener, Samuel Okudzeto Blakwa, to the presidency. I'm talking about that petition to halt the sale of these Smith hotels to Mr. Brian Champong. But currently, I can tell you that there's heavy security presence here. We have members of the Ghana Police Service, particularly the SPU, who have stationed right around the traffic lights, just opposite the Jubilee House, standing by for, to receive the protesters or the demonstrators, if you like. And so heavy security presence here with a lot of barricades, just ready. And I can say that the entire stretch of the flagship of the Jubilee House has been cordoned off with these barricades, these police barricades, and the men and women of the Ghana Police Service are also standing by with some support from the SPU, ready to receive the demonstrators.
Emmanuel, do I get the understanding that because of the barricades, they are not allowing vehicles through that stretch, the Christ the King stretch?
Well, vehicles are moving, but because of the process and the arrangement here, there's some vehicular traffic which is building up. But I'm sure that just before the police might get here, they will, let the traffic flow so that the demonstrators can come in and, they can present the petition. But currently, the barricades are not cutting off traffic. They are just blocking the entrance of the Jubilee House, awaiting the demonstrators.
Before you go, I know that before 8 a.m. there were just a handful of police officers along that stretch, all the way from the cantonment post office up until the traffic intersection, which is where you are. Are you able to give us the numbers? I know you talk about a number of police officers, but in terms of numbers, how many they are, armed police officers there?
I can count about 50 police officers who are standing by, clad in their uniforms. So give or take 50, if I'm right. So not too many, just a handful of police officers here.
Thank you very much. Emmanuel Samani reporting live from the Christ the King traffic intersection where the protesters will be ending their demonstration on Hands Off Our Hotel. Let's cross over and listen to Ogbodu Gavins, who is interacting with our reporter Mawina Egbeta live on TV.
With demands from the minority with your leadership. We know last year there was a protest in relation to some losses which were posted by the central bank. This year again, we've seen 10 billion cedis in losses posted as well. Last year when you went to demand the resignation of the central bank governor, that did not happen. We've seen yet losses again. What is the position of the minority on this? And Ghanaians still remember a promise of you going back.
Inshallah, in 6 months' time, 7 months' time, all this shall be history. And the right thing might be done by President Mahama. And all those who participated in deliberate losses, sale or gifting of state properties will be held to account.
So you say December 7 is perhaps the biggest demonstration that could happen from your perspective?
December 7th this year will be the biggest demonstration of how people feel about Akufo-Addo government.
Thank you very much, Honorable. That's the Honorable Gavins Kwame Agboja. Is a minority chief whip and also the member of parliament for Adakro. Let's speak to Mr. Vanderpoel, who's also been pivotal in this particular protest up until this point. Honorable, talk to us about the points that you're seeking to make today and make quite strongly in relation to the sale of these hotels.
We are doing this exercise in support of the workers of this country. The workers of this country, their toils and blood have contributed to the building and the securing of these hotels. And today we won't sit down to allow government officials to allocate these hotels to people of their choice. That decision rests with the workers, and we should stand off it. You know, let the workers of this country take matters into their own hands and to handle it.
Workers must take matters into their own hands. There's been conversations back and forth as to the composition of slates. Perhaps I'll ask you this question first. The workers are of the opinion that, look, too much government interest controls what happens to workers' pensions. What do you make of that argument and that opinion that continues to come up every now and then from the Labour group?
Well, right now we see that this decision is not in the best interest of the workers. You know, the hotels that are being sold are doing better than the hotels run by the individual who wants to take his hotels. So comparatively, let it stay where it is, because he's doing better than what he is doing. Yeah.
You heard the MP for Ablekuma South, Alfred Vanderpoel. He's also the former mayor of Accra, telling us his reasons for joining the demonstration. There are a number of NDC minority members of parliament in that protest. If you're watching us, you can see the MP for Boko Central, Mahama Ayariga, for instance, also part of it, and a number of other individuals part of this very protest. Hands Off Our Hotels demonstration currently underway. We can hear a representative of the Trades Union Congress speaking earlier to us about why labor unions have decided to be part of this demonstration.
For organized labor. In Ghana, this is about us. It's about you as a worker in Ghana. Okra na wonye adwuma na wabusuani ye adwuma ukuru bi ye adwuma wo yire bi ye adwuma wo nua bi ye adwuma wo ba bi ye adwuma. So this is about us. Ye sika ye adwuma wie na se ye kwa ahodie ma eno 92.7. Let us all be interested in this. You are either here or you are square, because if you are not here and you are sitting there backing us in spirit, that's a great thing. But I have to say the idea in power one, Lojo is an ear. What I'm just saying.
You heard that Na Adaifio Ayele Setram. She is with the Public Relations Department of the Trades Union Congress. Will be returning to this demonstration, which is currently ongoing very shortly. But let's go to the Upper West region, specifically in Wa, where the region have yet again waking up to a shock after 2 night watchmen were killed at various points in the Wa township. The recent killings have sparked fears about the possible return to the era of serial killings in 2022, when a number of indigents died under mysterious circumstances. We are joined via the telephone by Ibrahim Wangara, who is monitoring the situation for us. Ibrahim, what more do we know about the latest killings?
Beatrice, what we do know is that the people of the Upper West region, particularly Wa, are mourning and they are in a disbelief as they woke up this morning to witness 2 night security men being murdered at various points within their duty post. The first person, by name Na Ebu Kodena, is 62 years of age, and he is stationed at the West Ghana Education Office, which is located at Kwanta, a suburb within Yawa municipality. He was spotted lying down, his lifeless body lying down on the floor where blood was oozing from him. So when the regional security council members visited the scene, according to briefings we had from the regional minister, they suspected that his target used a stone to hit him in the head, and then later on they also saw a deep cut from his throat, where they suspected that after the stone was used on him, he was also cut in the throat. So there's a deep cut there. But as of now, there is no body part missing in the first suspect, as we witnessed in 2022. So shortly after the GES incident, we also heard the news that another security person who is positioned at One Model Junior High School has also gone missing. So the team went there to ensure and to also search for him. It was realized that only his bicycle and his other belongings were there, but the individual or the person himself was nowhere to be found. So the security experts were doing their monitoring, and they could see some traces of blood stains, of which they followed to a point where they realized that there's a point where this person is suspected to have been buried in a shallow grave, also a few meters away from his duty post. So currently, as we speak, they are inviting people to come around to perform other rituals, and then people who matters to come together before the body will be exhumed. So currently, as I speak to you, the second baby is still buried in a shallow grave, yet to be exhumed. But the regional minister, as residents are expressing war and safety issues, is assuring the people that they are on top of issues and they will work to ensure peace returns to the place. So that is the situation here in the Wa municipality of the Upper West region.
Wangara, I'll return to you later for the latest on that. But thank you very much, Ibrahim Wangara, reporting live from the Upper West region. The latest killings there, 2 persons have been killed in that region. And you heard him there telling us that the regional minister is assuring that security agencies are on top of their game. You're still here on the Midday News on 3FM. When we come back, we'll bring you the update from court on the cross-examination of the third accused in the ambulance trial, Richard Japa, as well as the ongoing Hands Off Our Hotels demonstration. Stay with us.
Now is an opportune moment for investors to consider the remarkable investment opportunity presented by the Floria Residence, the pinnacle of luxury living in Cantonment. Offering a range of options from executive studios to lavish penthouses, including 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom, and 3-bedroom apartments. Amenities and services includes round-the-clock security services, dedicated play areas, a bustling commercial zone, state-of-the-art fitness facilities and gym, a well-appointed conference room, an elegant rooftop sky bar, and a breathtaking rooftop infinity swimming pool. Additionally, residents benefit from the convenience of a secured 3-floor underground car park, while those residing in the ocean view penthouses enjoy unparalleled vistas. We are located opposite the Laboni Palace Mall, Accra. Contact us on 0595 700008.
You're still here on the Midday News on Shri FM. To the courts now, and in what appears to be an interesting showdown in the ongoing ambulance trial today. The Attorney General, Godfred Yeboah-Dame, is expected to cross-examine the third accused and businessman, Richard Jakpa. This follows the completion of cross-examination by lawyers representing Dr. Atu Forson, who is the first accused, last Thursday. Now, before this, the court last week admitted into evidence an audio recording of the conversation between Godfred Dame and Richard Jakpa, the third accused. The two have both been accused of willfully causing financial loss to the Republic to the tune of 2.37 million euros through the purchase of ambulances. And when I talk about the two, I'm talking about Dr. Atu Forson and Richard Jakpa. Lord Adrosare is our man in court. He joins us live on the phone. Lord, what's the latest from the court?
Right, Beatrice, so the cross-examination of Richard Jakpa by prosecution has not begun yet. Let's put on record that today the prosecution side was led by the Deputy Attorney General of Cheribwa, together with another Deputy Attorney General, Dana Asunaba Dapa, and the Director of Public Prosecution, Yvonne Asakra Obobisa. Both Jakpa and Atu Forson are present in court. Now, even before the cross-examination would begin, the lawyers for Atu Forson, led by Dr. Abdul Basit Bamba, told the court that they had a motion which they had filed 11 for further documents to be disclosed, but this had not been responded to by the prosecution. Now, when the judge asked the prosecution, they indicated that they received it on Friday, which is this past Friday, and because of the holiday, they have not been able to make time to react to the motion that was filed by lawyers of Atu Forson. Now, they pray the court for additional time in order to peruse this document and then respond accordingly. They, however, pray the court that the order or the business of the day should continue, which tentatively is the cross-examination of the third accused, Richard Jakpa. And so that's where we are right now. Just before I said that they were finalizing on the service of this document and how the prosecution should respond to it as soon as possible so that they can continue. So the cross-examination, to begin as I speak to you, Beatrice.
Lord, as we wait for the cross-examination to begin from the Attorney General cross-examining Richard Jakpa, what can you tell us as regards what's currently going on in the court and who you've seen?
So the Attorney General himself is again absent. That indicated that it is his deputy, Alfred Terba, who is leading the prosecution today. Richard Jakpa, Dr. Atu Forson, former Attorney General Beatrice Adu, and other members of parliament have seen Amma Akabua also in court together with other members of parliament supporting Dr. Atu Forson. As usual, the court is welled up, it's full, and so everybody is expecting how things will pan out today during the cross-examination of Richard Jakpa.
Thank you very much, Lord Adwasare, monitoring that event for us. If you're just joining us, Lord Adwasare is in court and we're waiting for that cross-examination of Richard Jakpa, the third accused by the Attorney General, Godfred Yeboah-Dame. And remember that last week when the case was called, the court admitted into evidence that audio recording conversation between Richard Jakpa and the man who is going to cross-examine him today, the Attorney General. General. We look forward to hearing what will happen in that cross-examination, and we'll bring you the latest on that. But ahead of that, laboratories in some public health facilities within Sekondi Takoradi are closed with no workers in sight following the strike declared by the Medical Laboratory Professional Workers Union. The union began its action on Monday, citing the failure of the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission to conclude negotiations on the conditions of service of members. They also say that they have informed the National Labour Commission, the Ministry of Employment and Labour Relations, as well as the Finance Ministry of their intended strike. And we'll be going very shortly to the Western region to bring you the latest on that. Now, one person has been confirmed dead and over 20 seriously injured in an accident involving a Kia Rhino truck on the Damango Road. The truck was conveying some items to the community after attending a party organized by the MP for Damango constituency, Samuel Abujanapo, on Monday, the 17th of June. 2024. Now, the injured are currently at the St. Anne's Catholic Hospital in Damango responding to treatment. You're still here on the Midday News on 3FM. Let's cross over again to Crosby Noble Annan, who is with the hundreds of protesters at that demonstration, Hands Off Our Hotels protest. He joins us live on the line again with the latest. Crosby, what's happening?
Right, Beatrice, at the moment, we're right in front of the Land Commission, and the protesters are making their way towards the road around the left side of the Land Commission. And this road, you know that it leads to the Jubilee House, it leads to the Christ the King Church. That's where the protesters are at the moment. There's still lots of drumming and dancing and noise making, still placards very high, talking about the need for the sale of these hotels to be halted by the president that is in the demand of the Member of Parliament for North South, Samuel Okuyiso Aplasa. So we're making our way towards Christ the King Church. I must say that police presence is still very high. The process has been very smooth so far. Nothing untoward has happened. It's been a peaceful process so far. The protesters making their way, some walking, some jogging, others using the opportunity to dance. People, being part of the process is all sort of reasons. Others joining the process with the aim of exercising or keeping fit. These are some of the things that are happening here. As I speak to you, we've made our way around the Land Commission. We've gone past the Land Commission, and we are, as I speak to you, taking our right towards the Bank Hospital, where lots of facilities will be located, where the Christ the King Church is also found, the Welfare Program Road. That's where we are at the moment. The protesters, they are walking briskly there. At every junction, I must also tell you that there are some libations poured by some rulers who are a part of the process, who have been with us throughout the journey. The minority is still heavily represented here. Member of Parliament for North South is still here. Member of Parliament for Nadiko Tupo is also here. And some other members of Parliament. There I spoke with Boku Central MP, mainly the minority MPs. Well, the interest groups, I must say, are also here. Rise Ghana is also represented here. They've been part of the process since it began. There's also the Jadangwe Youth Association. They're also very much part of the process, making their way towards the Christ the King Church, as well as some other protesters, all with one aim, that the sale of the hotels be stopped.
Noble Crosby Annan, thank you so much for bringing us the latest. We certainly will keep an eye on this and bring you the latest. That's how we end the news here on 3FM. Log on to 3news.com for more news.
on this frequency. 92.7 3 FM.
Well, hello there. Good afternoon. It's time now for Business Daily. Coming up, Ghana's economy expands by 4.7% in first quarter of 2024, driven by mining and quarrying sector. We'll hear from government statistician Professor Samuel Kobna-Enin. And International Monetary Fund IMF board set to consider Ghana's second program review ahead of disbursement of third tranche bailout of $360 million. I am Michael Ogbodu. I'll bring you details of our top stories and more shortly. Please stay. Thank you for staying with us. Straight into our top story. The International Monetary Fund IMF board is set to consider Ghana's second review program before end of June 2024. This review, when successful, will unlock the third tranche of the $3 billion bailout for the country. The following 3 Business News Desk report has the details.
The board is expected to examine Ghana's ability to meet the qualitative and quantitative targets set under the IMF program for Ghana, after which it will approve the funds if satisfied. If approved, the Bank of Ghana's account will be credited with the expected $360 million in earnest. The board will also release the latest debt sustainability analysis within the same period. Reliable sources revealed that Ghana has made some improvement on its debt, and this could largely impact the country's debt classification. Ghana reached an agreement with its bilateral creditors on a memorandum of understanding to restructure $5.4 billion. Government is, however, optimistic of passing the board review.
That was a 3 Business News Desk report. Away from that, interest rates fell once again across the yield curve in line with falling inflation. The 91-day yield eased by 24.85% from the prior week's 25.03%. That of the 182-day also went down by 9 basis points to 26.82%. Similarly, the 182-day bill also declined to 27.81% from an earlier 27.92%. Meanwhile, the government recorded 1.35% of a subscription of the T-bill sales, far lower than the 90.4% recorded the preceding week. It got a total of 4.83 billion cedis as against the target of 4.9 billion cedis. A chunk of the bids came from the 91-day bill. Now, away from that, Bank of Ghana has injected stability into the fuel market by auctioning $20 million to bulk oil distribution companies through a forex forward auction. This strategic move aims to mitigate foreign exchange uncertainties and anchor stability in retail fuel prices. The following 3 Business News Desk report has the details.
Bids from 12 bulk oil distribution companies, BDCs, ranged from 14 cedis 50 pesos to 15 cedis per dollar, with the final auction rate settling at 15 cedis 5 pesos. This auction underscores the Bank of Ghana's commitment to supporting the critical downstream sector, which directly impacts fuel pricing for consumers. This initiative aims to prevent volatile global oil prices from translating directly into domestic fuel price fluctuations. By ensuring BDCs have access to substantial foreign currency reserves, the BOG bolsters the oil distribution industry and contributes to broader economic stability. Mitigating fuel price volatility fosters consumer confidence and strengthens the economy's resilience in the face of external pressures. The Forex Forward Auction Program exemplifies the BOG's commitment to its broader mandate of fostering a robust and efficient foreign exchange market. This initiative is crucial for the sustained growth and stability of key industries and the overall Ghanaian economic environment.
That was a 3 Business News Desk report. Now, away from that, Chief Executive Officer of the Consumer Protection Agency, Kofi Kapito, has charged government to be responsible towards the payment of electricity tariff for its agencies, departments, and institutions to end revenue crisis of the sector. The Electricity Company of Ghana and the Ghana Grid Company, Gridco, have blamed lack of fuel resulting from revenue shortfalls for the recent power crisis being experienced across the country. Kofi Kapito engaged the media during a stakeholder engagement of managers of the utility sector by some CSOs to find lasting solutions to the issue.
It looks like anytime we are asked to pay more, for some strange reason, it looks like the less we get. So that is where I have a problem. And there are a whole lot of things that we need to look. Government responsibility is very, very low. Jubilee House should be responsible. Every ministry, the hospitals, the clinics, the schools, some of the schools, they even ask parents to pay for the electricity. So if the parents have paid for the electricity, how come the schools are not paying? It's a whole mess. Consumers should be responsible. Illegality, we should stop doing illegality, and we should learn how to conserve energy. Energy conservation, regardless of how high the utilities are, if you conserve, will bring your payment somehow down. So we look forward for more of this engagement. It's very, very important that we engage people that are mandated to see to our welfare, to hear them, for them to tell us their challenges, so that they also hear our challenges, and so that we can move forward.
So that was the Chief Executive Officer of the Consumer Protection Agency, Kofi Kapito, speaking there. Now, Ghana's economy has expanded by 4.7% in the first quarter of 2024. This was largely driven by mining and the quarrying sectors. That is according to the government statistician, Professor Samuel Kobna Enim, in a press meeting held earlier today. We'll bring you details in our subsequent bulletins, and that will be all for today's edition of Business Daily here on 3FM 92.7. For more business stories, please log on to our website as 3news.com/business. I am Michael Ogbodu. Thank you for listening. As always, please stay safe. Please note that you're still listening to 3FM 92.7. We're taking you back to our coverage of the hands-off demonstration currently underway. Our men Eric Marina Agbeta and Noble Crosby Annan are on the grounds. Martin Asiedu Date and Kemeni Amano are also your anchors live on TV3. Please stay tuned.
To at least voice it, get the people in authority to draw